Bailey here again with my good buddy Bill, and we're going to continue talking about some of our ground techniques into a cuffing position. So on one of the other videos, we went over how to get a reaction from that knee on belly. So I'm just going to be going your back. Let's say I took Bill down. We have to have a way of controlling him once we get a person on the ground. If this knee on belly technique isn't working for you and you're not getting that reaction to get into like this, to grab it into this Kimura position, we can use our legs and involve them into like a shin pin position to where I get him on his side and create a predictable reaction. So what I'll do is if this person's here, I have knee on belly, I'm going to use my legs to start to turn his legs this way. So my foot almost acts like a rudder. I'll be here and I'll start to turn his legs this way. And now what I'll do is I'm going to sit back on his legs like this into what I call a shin pin position. So Michaela, you get a good view of the feet here. Obviously, I'm trapping this leg here, and I'm trapping his left leg or bottom leg right along his, right near his foot and ankle. So what does Bill want to do here? Some people, if they're trained, will try to recover some sort of guard. Other people, like I said, we're trying to create predictable reactions. Other people are going to try to get up. So if he starts to build up, this creates a space for me to start getting that wrist control. In MMA, they might call it the Dagestani handcuff. However you want to name it, that's fine. But once he starts to build his base, I'm going to slip my hand here and grab along his wrist. And you can grab the other wrist too if it's possible. And then I'll start to build it up, or I'll start to break down that base and get this into this handcuffing position. And from here, if I have this one hand pinned, obviously we went over verbal compliance, like, all right, hand behind your back, hand behind your back. If I need two hands, I just eat up the space, and then I start to work from there. The pain compliance, obviously make sure that you're not putting so much weight on him and you have your adrenaline going so much that he's not able to follow your orders. So, and then we went over in the other video some of our techniques as far as offsetting the head. EFC does this. It's a perfectly effective technique. So the other one we can do is get our hand in here, that power half Nelson, start to get that elbow up, flare that elbow to get that wrist, and then get that behind the back. There's a lot of good videos. If you guys ever need to look something else up, obviously we're going to try to produce more videos that people can watch. But Chad Lyman with C4C has a lot of stuff on Instagram specifically. He's like an expert in this area. So if you need to look at something on Instagram or other techniques, he'd be a good one to view as well. So before we go, we'll just review this position one more time. So once again, Bill's on his belly. I get here. I'm going to use my shins to turn his body this way. I'm here. I get this shin pin so I can try to control him. And as he starts to build up, I get into my handcuffing or my Dagestani handcuff or wrist control, and I start to break down that base, get it behind his back, and then from there, either verbal compliance, to hand behind your back, or some of the other techniques here, coming along here, and getting that hand behind the back. All right. As always, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, share with some other people, and we'll give Bill a nice shout out again. So thank you guys.